Hey, what's going on, guys? This is AndrewChicken, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to play a little bit of Spirit's Domain Grohk, which is a playstyle that you don't see too often. And that's because, well, it's not really that great right now, even though the actual healing per second is good and has just kept getting buffed over the years. I want to explain exactly why Spirit's Domain isn't necessarily meta, because it's kind of an interesting talent in the sense that, yeah, it does a lot of healing. Take a look at this. 800 per second, and our maximum ammo capacity is increased by 15%. Curative bumps that up to over 900 per second, and then we stack that with our totems, which pushes us up over 1,000 healing per second, and potentially like, what, 1,300 healing per second, something like that, when we are stacking both totems and the staff healing on somebody. So the healing is incredible, and we can also pair that, of course, with Spirit's Grace to provide our teammates movement speed buffs during the totems as well. So this is kind of just what I usually run with Spirit's Domain. We have Spirit's Grace, Crackle for totem duration, and then a little bit of ammo cards. I don't really feel like I need too many ammo cards with Grohk, but they do still help a little bit when you're playing this build. And so, at face value, it seems like, yeah, Spirit's Domain is actually one of the most powerful healers in the game. And that is true. Genuinely, just based on raw paper numbers, yeah, he is one of the strongest healers in the game in terms of healing output. But in practicality, he's not one of the best supports in the game when it comes to Spirit's Domain. Part of the reason is, well, take a look at this. I'm healing Maeve, and it's kind of unreliable to hit people who are very mobile. I wanted to say nimble and mobile at the same time. It's not impossible. Obviously, if your aim is good, you can do that somewhat reliably, but it's not as reliable as someone like Ceres or basically any of the healers in the game like Grover, Furia, etc., who don't need to aim. And also, look at this. The range is so bad. Grohk does not have good range at all. And, yeah, I literally cannot heal these guys. I could heal them with Ceres, I could heal them maybe with Io, I could heal them with Furia, and, well, I mean, Grover obviously has similar range problems, but that leads us into yet another problem with this talent. We spend so much time shooting our teammates that our damage output is neutered. We have basically no damage output when playing Spirit's Domain. And when you stack that up against a lot of the, well, the meta supports in the game, right? Furia, Grover, Lilith, they all do damage while healing at the same time, and it's not an insignificant amount of damage. Grover does basically one axe every second for the entire match. That's 500 damage every second, roughly. That's a lot of damage. And same goes for Furia with her shotgun, same goes for Lilith. She shoots when she's not charging up a swarm, but then when she puts the swarm on the ground, that also does damage while it's healing at the same time, so she's really good for that too. So Grohk, yeah, the healing is amazing, but it's inconsistent, it has very short range, and yeah, he basically has no damage output. So the only supporting he's doing besides healing, while shooting somebody with his staff, is the speed bonus that you get with your totems. And that's not good enough to make him a meta support. Plus, you have to consider the fact that it's really good healing per second, but it's mostly single target healing. The totems, yeah, they are AoE, but the bulk of your healing comes from your staff, and that is single target. Compare that to Grover, who can heal everyone on his team for a huge amount of bursts at the same time. Compare that to Lilith, who can do way more area healing than Grohk with her swarms, which are a similar size to the base totems. Yeah, it's just not that great. But then, we also have to consider, well, wait a minute. Grohk is still good, right? In certain circumstances, he has a pretty decent win rate. People still play Grohk. What do they play instead of Spirit's Domain? Well, they play Totemic Ward. So I want to kind of rationalize, why is Totemic Ward more popular than Spirit's Domain? Because Totemic Ward it's a niche talent in the sense that you don't play it all the time into every circumstance, but when you do play it, it's very, very powerful. And the reason for that is you want to play it when you have a very grouped up comp that has a lot of brawn and not necessarily a lot of mobility. So if you have like Inara plus Nyx plus Tyra on your team, that is a perfect opportunity to use Totemic Ward Grohk, because they're all going to be decently grouped up. They're not super mobile, so they're going to stay near your totems. And also you can provide all of them immense value from Spirit's Grace, which is one of the best cards in the game. Not just for Grohk, but just in the game, period. It's such a good card. So Totemic Ward gives you major value in a situation like that. And what happens in a situation like that is you put your totems down, you have such a huge amount of area on Totemic Ward because it buffs your totems up to such an extreme. And the totems themselves also do more healing, and now you have 3 of them. So the AoE healing is just pumped up to around 900 healing per second if all 3 totems are applying at the same time. And that can apply to basically everyone on the team. So you have slightly less concentrated healing than Spirit's Domain, but you're giving it to basically everyone on your team, if they're grouped up, again, with the right comp. And also, you no longer have to shoot your team for it. So you can spend that time shooting your teammates, like you would be doing with Spirit's Domain, instead shooting the enemies, and all of a sudden, you have a lot of damage value. Plus, there's also keywords in 2023. Keywords are terrible, they should be removed, but while they are here, you also have to consider the fact that not only does Spirit's Domain mean that you spend most of the time shooting your team, but Spirit's Domain also makes it so that your staff does less damage than with any other talent. It does less damage than Totemic Ward, less damage than Maelstrom, because it doesn't have that 5 or 10% damage boost from the keywords. So the damage is even weaker even if you do get an opportunity to shoot an enemy. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate. And I say this not to necessarily bash on you if you want to play as Spirit's Domain. I love a good game of Spirit's Domain. I still think it's a fun talent. And if you want to play it in casuals, absolutely, be my guest. It's fun. It's fun. I like shooting my team with this. But yeah, I just want to explain why you don't necessarily see this talent, because you might be wondering, Spirit's Domain, over 900 healing per second plus 2 totems, that's good. Well, not as good as you might think. But yeah, apparently we are... Oh, crap. Omen damage, jeez. Apparently we are doing really good this game. I guess we just have a bunch of damage. A bunch more damage than they do, and we're just winning off that, because we only have a solo tank Torvald. We're certainly not winning off of our Brawn, I'll tell you that much. Let's get totems down here and just try and stay alive. There's some healing to you. There is one kind of hidden benefit, by the way, to Spirit's Domain, which I think is why they've tried to nerf its damage in the past. Like that weird thing they did where they gave Maelstrom like 5 extra damage, and then nerfed the damage of the other 2 talents, basically by nerfing the base staff. Is that it actually has a built-in aim assist, which you even can use on PC. I'm using it right now. It literally just has, I guess, just a very wide, like, cone for you to hit people with, so it's very forgiving compared to the default staff. So you are going to hit more shots than average with this talent, and that does make the damage a little bit stronger. Or at least more consistent. Not stronger, but more consistent. And it's meant to help you heal. I think it was a change that was primarily geared towards controller players, because controller players don't get aim assist on their teammates, and so they had to kind of bake it into Grohk himself with this talent. It's interesting, the way that works. But yeah, that's just kind of one thing I thought I'd point out as well. But yeah, there we go. That's Spirit's Domain Grohk in a nutshell. Not the greatest game overall. We won very gracefully. I did get more healing than the IO, but it wasn't necessarily a standout game. Like, it was just kind of boring. We didn't die at all, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that's Spirit's Domain for you. So, fun talent. Definitely would recommend just trying it out in casuals if you want to, because it's fun. I understand if you want to play it. I am a level 129 Grohk, so I've had a bit of Spirit's Domain experience in my time, and that's why I am able to talk and speak to why Spirit's Domain is not good, and why you should run Totemic Ward instead if you are in a serious, more competitive setting, because Totemic Ward is just that much better. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload from me. I also want to remind you that if you want to support this channel, you can consider becoming a member by clicking the join button right beneath the video. You can choose your price, $2, $5, or $10, and if you go $5 or up, you gain access to some wallpapers on my Discord server, where you can get high-quality renders in 4K of your favorite champion, and you can download it and use it as your wallpaper. So, pretty neat feature. I just thought I'd shout that out, because I don't shout out the membership program enough, so I'll do it this video, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.